When it comes to debt recovery in France, it's important to know the ins and outs of the process. In this article, we'll break down the steps you need to take to collect a commercial debt in France, as well as the benefits of using a local French debt collection agency. What is amicable debt collection in France? If you're looking to collect a business debt in France, you'll be glad to know that the process is relatively simple and straightforward. However, there are a few things you need to know in order to make the process as smooth and stress-free as possible. Firstly, amicable debt collection in France is done without court intervention. This means that the debtor can still maintain a positive relationship with your company even after the debt has been collected. Secondly, while French debtors are not used to paying debt collection costs, we can help you recover the money you're owed without any additional hassle or drama. Thirdly, amicable debt collection in France is a specialized process. As such, you should consider hiring a debt collection specialist to help you with the process. The expertise of a debt collection specialist will help ensure that the entire process is as stress-free and successful as possible. Fourthly, when engaging in amicable debt collection in France, it is essential that you understand the rights that you have under French law. For instance, the French Civil Code permits you to claim damages and interest payments from debtors if they fail to pay the debt within the stipulated period. Lastly, you should also consider deploying a variety of strategies tailored to the specific circumstances of the debtor in order to ensure that the debt is recovered in a timely and efficient manner. This can include sending reminders, negotiating payment terms, sending letters of default, and even applying for enforcement orders. Benefits of using a local French debt collection agency. Here are some of the key advantages. Accuracy. A good debt collection agency will have extensive knowledge of the local markets and will be able to accurately assess the likelihood of recovering the debt. Speed. They will also be able to move quickly to pursue the debt, without having to waste time learning about the local market. 3. Leverage. A good partner will be able to leverage their relationships and contacts in order to get the best results. Depth of knowledge. A French debt collection agency will have a deep understanding of the local laws and customs, which can be essential in pursuing a successful collection. Cost-effective. Partnering with a local agency can often be more cost-effective than pursuing debt collections independently. The process of collecting a business debt in France. When a French business owes you money, the first step is to send them a demand letter. This letter formally requests that the debt be repaid, and should include all the relevant details about the debt, such as the amount owed, the dates of the transaction, and payment terms. If the debtor does not respond to your demand letter or repayment is still not forthcoming, you can then move on to stage 2 of amicable debt collection, judicial. This process involves taking legal action against the debtor in order to recover the money owed. Creditors can either manage amicable collection themselves or use a third party such as a debt collection agency to help them. Using a third party has several benefits, including expertise in debt collection law and procedures, as well as a wider network of creditors with which to work. When initiating legal proceedings, you must begin by serving notice to the debtor. This notice informs them of the amount they owe, as well as their legal obligations and the consequences of not repaying the debt. Depending on the value of the debt and the type of proceedings, this notice may need to be served in person. Once the notice has been served, the presiding judge has to be consulted to decide the conditions of execution of the judgment, such as the seizure and sale of assets of the debtor. The court system for commercial cases in France. The court system in France is relatively straightforward for commercial cases. If you are owed a debt and the debtor is now responding to your attempts to resolve it amicably, then you may have no choice but to take legal action. The conciliator appointed by the court president is typically the first step in resolving disputes. Following that, you must obtain an enforceable title, such as a court verdict, to initiate the debt collection procedure. Furthermore, only after a judgment has been rendered by a court will you be able to initiate the debt collection procedure in France. Civil and commercial law is based on the Napoleonic Code, and French law is extremely lawyer-centric, meaning legal representation is essential. When considering a legal action, it is important to weigh the costs and benefits. Lawyers in France typically charge an hourly rate, as well as various additional fees. Depending on the complexity of the matter, the costs of legal fees can be significant. Before you can proceed to court, you will have to create a dossier and hire a bailiff to serve the statement of claim, which is then filed with the court registry. It is during this process that a court fee will be charged. After the statement of claim has been served, the debtor has 10 days to either make payment or lodge a defense. If the debtor does not respond within the allotted time, you may make an application to the court for enforcement of the debt without the need for a court hearing. Finally, if the debtor does not pay the debt once the judgment has been rendered in court, then you will need to apply for an enforcement order to initiate the debt collection process. A bailiff will be appointed to collect the monies owed under French law. The bailiff appointed by the court will be responsible for collecting the debt, as well as any associated costs incurred. Collecting business debts in France can be a complex and daunting process. However, by using a local French debt collection agency, you can benefit from expert knowledge and support, as well as enjoy a number of other benefits. So, if you are looking to collect a business debt in France, make sure to read our guide first. Contact us today for a free quote. Intercall France can help you, fast.